we just came across this really cool giant piece of logging equipment. What this is called a tank tower, and it's a old tank running gear, and they've mounted this giant steel tower on it, and they use it for hauling out logs. So when they wanted to move the tank tower to another spot to work, the guy would sit up here, and these are all your tank controls, probably very similar to what was in the tank. And then when they're hauling logs and all set up, the guy would sit up here in his cab and start hauling in logs. Usually they'd have a signal of whistles between the guys down below that were hooking up the logs and the guy to drag them up. So anyhow, giant piece of old logging equipment here. Just wanted to show you it.
Hey, make sure you check the oil on that skidder.
Yeah, I will. Yeah, it looks good. Okay, let's get to work. Just kidding. Wow, just came across this other tank tower. Just gonna take a few minutes and kind of show you around it a little bit. But like I say, they got these giant towers, gears, cables, drums, everything you need to haul a log up out of the bush. They're mounted on this tank running gear. They found it super dependable for West Coast style logging. The tank running gear was also used for tank drills and other applications. But this one, you know, it looks like it's seen its better day, and I just wanted to share it with you while it's still around. I suspect it'll be chopped up in no time. So cool. We just came across this giant off-road Pacific logging truck. And what's neat about this old Pacific is on the back of it is welded a large water tank. And these tanks were filled full of water, and as they went down the larger grades down the mountain, the driver would apply water to his brakes to stop his brakes from overheating. So luckily the brakes in the logging trucks are much better now, and they don't really use these water tanks anymore. But anyhow, that's a good example one right there. Unreal. We just came across this other giant tower, and this tower is actually mounted on a giant Pacific off-road logging running gear. The other towers we looked at earlier, they were called tank towers. This is actually an old Pacific logging truck, usually is what you call them, but it's been modified with a giant old tower on it. Pretty cool. Let's carry on. I see a bunch of other cool stuff. I'll tell you what, there's just never-ending cool stuff around here. Just came across this other large cat, but everywhere you look around here, there is like such cool stuff, old logging equipment, the big grapples and hooks and stuff for hauling the logs. But we'll have to come back another day because it's starting to get dark, so let's head out of here. Hee-haw, hee-haw.